Right, the thing I want to take a look at today, my little Roadhawk camera. It works, it records fine, but if I turn the car off for a few minutes and back on again, it forgets the date and time until it resynchronizes with GPS. So the first couple of minutes of driving, it's not recording it's not sticking it in the correct place when you look at the folder structure. So I'm going to remove this, and it must be some sort of battery storage inside. It's a bit hard to get a video of it, but yeah, there's some sort of battery storage which must be holding the date and time. So if I can replace that in some way, then let's take a look. Now I don't keep this permanently powered. It's put on an ignition live, so when the car's not running, then there's no video. So that should just pop out of that socket, shouldn't it? Yep. Okay, so we've got that off. Let's take that apart and see what we can see. There's probably a way to undo it through there and maybe it slides out, but at least it's off. It's been in the car a few years. It actually feels like really sticky and tacky. I wonder what kind of plastic that is to feel like that. How strange. Okay, so I've got some screws out. Looks like they're just very tiny, like Phillips screws. Let's get some tools on that, pop that open. My main aim today is to find out what component is in there. I'll get that ordered, it may take a couple of days, and then I'll get that fitted. Okay, found a small posi. Let's open this. It looks like it might only be 4 screws. Now, I've never seen inside one of these before, so who knows what I'm going to find. I'm sure there's probably pictures on the internet, but it's always nice to do a bit of exploring yourself, isn't it? See what's in there. But I guess you're watching this video because you've probably got a similar problem to what I've been having, where it just seems to forget the date on power up. But the video quality is still, you know, okay. I mean, it's a HD one. It's not 4K, but I don't really want to be spending much money. If this is only going to cost me less than £10 to fix, then that's worth doing. That must be the GPS item there. So I've got a lot of covers in there, isn't it? Ideally I could do with that popping off, so that's not stressing the cable. I think that's glued in there. So the other option is to plug at that end, but this could all go very wrong. Some screws there to take the board out. I wonder if it's the component I need is on the back. Because at the moment I can't see anything capacitor like. There's a small little watch type battery there. That is small. I would have expected something bigger than that. That's something the size of a coin, I would have thought. Same screws, they're slightly bigger, those ones. Let's keep them separate. My card holding it in there. Let's take that card out. Yeah, it's loose now. Apart from that bit of tape around here. What's that tape about? What a strange design, just holding bits of tape down the side like that. So if I like another board or something. It seems to be like a vertical board. Okay, oh, here we go. Capacitors, super caps. That's what we want. We want to change those. So I'm going to get my voltmeter. It'd be interesting to see what's on them. I'm going to get my voltmeter. Right, so we've got the pair of caps here. So let's see what we've got on them. Nothing. Just dead. Yeah, there's nothing there. Which is to be expected. Now they are called super caps, so they are meant to charge up and then discharge. It looks like they may have leaked. They haven't popped to the lid, but at least we can get an idea of size. So it's a 3.5 farad, 2.7 volts. I don't know if you can be able to see that. Let's get a photo and then we can put that on the screen. Focusing is okay, let's get some measurements. So the body is 21 millimeters long, diameter is about 8 millimeters diameter. The lead pitch (3.5). Sound like a okay number. 1, 2, 3.5. And there is room for the leads there, so if it wasn't 3.5 and it was actually 4, then we're still good. And I think that residue there is perhaps just the glue that was holding it down. I don't think these have leaked, but they're probably end of life. You do get troubles with electrolytic capacitors over a period of time. They tend to dry up, and I don't know what these are made of, super caps, but they look like similar technology to an electrolytic capacitor. So we've got our measurements. There is actually a make there. Wino was about on a cap. Okay, I think we've got enough information now, so let's have a look for those, see what we can find. Yeah, so the super caps, I saw them on Amazon, and yeah, they've arrived already, made in China. But 2.7, 3.3 farads, so exactly what I ordered, so it should be good. 3.3, 2.7 volts, so let's get them soldered in. I don't know if you can see them there. Yeah, so they're the correct ones, so let's get them done. Right, what does matter on these when we change them, remember where this line is, because that is the negative side. It's the same on both, so just have to remember that when we change them, just like for like. Now these holes are probably going to fill in, but I've got some solder sucking wick, but where these boards are all just hanging out, it's going to be a bit fragile, so I'm not going to make a terribly brilliant job of this, but it's you know, it's going to be functional. It's just maybe not look pretty. But yeah, once I've got these removed, I'll try and clean up that board a bit as well. That's one leg off. This one's been a little bit more challenging. There we go. So you don't want to pull it too hard because it could rip out the pad from the other side. So obviously take care while doing this. Let's give it a bit more flux. I'll say flux is in the solder, so it does help by putting on a bit more solder. I know it's counterintuitive, added more solder, but it helps the existing stuff flow and gets it off. It's tough, that one. Don't want to come out. There we go. It's off. So both off. I don't think we've destroyed any pads. I do have a solder sucker because obviously we need to clear the holes to get the new ones in. That's clear. I do have a better, maybe some better light for you so you can see what I'm doing here. Let's get a bigger light going. How's that? That's clear. Yeah, that's good. Nice. Usually they could take a little bit of trial and error there to you know, fill them up with solder and flow them. But Skylab, and is that something out of Terminator? I could do with just cleaning that up. It just looks a bit awful, that, doesn't it? Now I do have some spray isopropyl. Too much maybe. You know, I'm wondering whether that is the glue. And sometimes you see corrosion on these boards, but I think that it doesn't seem to be around the pads. I reckon that is I reckon that could be glue. Sprayed a bit too much there, but at least it evaporates. It's nothing to worry about. Where'd that come from? Yeah, so that cleaning thing didn't go too well there. I didn't really achieve anything by doing that. Anyway, look at these capacitors. Well, call them capacitors, they're actually super caps. And the board is also labelled plus, so you know opposite of the white line is plus. The white line means negative. I think we're in. Oh, what? Yeah. We're good, so. looks clean. Got the polarity right. Just chop the legs off and put that back together. Should be good then. Now I normally do my soldering upstairs, my office, but I'm doing it in the garage at the moment and I haven't got wire clippers with me. So bear with me, back in a sec. Okay, cutter's found. So you take care, cut on them, not to put any force on that sideways, it might fracture the joint or take out any neighbouring components. But yeah, I think I'm happy with that. It'll be good. Okay, not in the way of anything there. Not going to get punctured by anything. So there's nothing else we can do now, so we glue it back, well, screw it back together. Right, that's sitting right. So the capacitors are too big, but they're the same size. There we go. There we go. Right, so it's the longer screws that go in. The other one was on here, so was that the one? Yeah, that was the one. Got to get in the hole. Okay. Yeah, can't really see the enhancement I've made, but it's in there. Would have been good to get perhaps a photo of that, but let's screw it back together and we should be good to pop it back in the car. Now I'm not going to know if it's worked until, because the car's in the garage, so it's not going to pick up GPS too well in here. So on my next trip I'm going to check it records once it's synchronized, because it's going to update the clock the first time round, but it should remember that clock for a long time afterwards. Sometimes the car could sit in the garage for a week. It'd be nice if it could hold it for that length of time. Maybe it can. But what I do find is that I popped round to my friend's house the other day to pick up his kid to take to a prom, and just park it on the drive for say 5 minutes, and I started up to leave. It already forgot the time by that point, so I didn't actually get a video of me leaving, which would have been nice to, as part of the video to give to them of their special prom day. So yeah, so this should start recording as soon as the car's turned on. So let's get this back in the car. Let's fit the card again. Let's fit the card, and we'll next time we drive it, which may be tomorrow, we can test it. Bump the come out of there, and my car as well. Be done. Okay, there's DC in, not mic. Yeah, it's DC. Okay. The mic, I think I can actually plug it into the mic hole as well, but so we don't want to do that. We want power. Okay, so that's all in and ready to go. So we'll try that again someday soon and see if that works. Alright, time for a test drive. So it's better to start the car up. Now this is on ignition live, so when I turn that key, if I've done the mod wrong, if I got them in reverse, they just probably catch fire. but I believe I've done it right, so let's just turn that key and see what happens. Alright, it's looking good so far. Do we get lights? We got no lights. No lights, no power. Did I break something when I... It's definitely got... I can hear it saying something. It just said SD card power on. Maybe I've done something. Maybe I've done something bad. Let's take it for a drive anyway. I can't imagine it would sort itself out, but I'm going out anyway, so let's see what happens. Just noticed the record light has come on now, so maybe it is working, and I guess once we get out of the garage that GPS light should come on. Right, shopping done. Let's start out, see if it records from here. So hopefully it's remembered the date and time, but we'll find out.